And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Shining Force Final Conflict. I'm your host, the RPG guy. And when we last left off, we picked up a new wizard. And good news about that is we're reorganized our party. I moved some gear around that I felt was necessary to maneuver around. Putting the quick ring on Knuckles because I realized his speed his agility was just abysmal. His agility was 8. Like, the dude never got a freaking level in agility since the beginning of the game. He probably did, but my point still stands. He needed it, so we made sure to equip him appropriately. Julia's out of the party, as far as I'm concerned, because, yeah, she's just gonna be outperformed by Eric and Minto, as far as I'm concerned. So, I know there's probably people who really like Julia, and that's great and all, but I'd rather invest in other characters who have a better versatility in the long run. Because I guess you could keep her in and replace Eric, but like I said, we want to get characters at least to 15 before promotion, if not, take them all the way to 17 to 20. And if that's one less character I have to do that to, all the better in the long run here. Okay, we got a witch, so we don't want to group up too much. Leave Howl back. Because, yeah, we're right in range of that. Ooh! And for some reason, the witch went dumb on us. Which, bad AI means awesomeness for me. Bolt 1 is the cheapest she's got. And right now the witch is the biggest threat, so we're not gonna allow that witch to get in too many turns, if any. And there it is. 44 XP, nice. Like I said, this battle, the next couple of battles really aren't gonna be us grinding, but before we get too far, we are going to get to a point in this chapter where we will promote probably no matter what, because once we promote our characters at level 1, we're going to grind the crap out of them till they start getting bad XP again. Is debatable. That's probably what I'm going to do, though, because then I won't have to worry much about grinding levels for the rest of the game. So yeah, it makes sense to have one giant grinding session, because we haven't done a lot of grinding in this game, and in all fairness, this game, unlike other Shining games, doesn't really require a lot of grinding. So that's kind of a novelty that we can hold it off pretty much as long as possible. When it does come to said grinding, we're not, we're not in any hurry to do it. Because these archered enemies are not going to give us very much, nor are these Hell Soldiers. We're pretty much outclassed them at this point with our non-promoted characters, so there's not much reason to invest in them as much. We're still getting some XP though, so I shouldn't write it. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm writing them completely off, but yeah. Be able to pick off him. $16 XP, yuck. He's not gonna get much for that, so yeah, I was kind of hoping Minto gets the kill here. She'll get a double kill. Because we know, as if you're a Shining Force veteran, Bolt's probably some of the strongest magic in the game. So even if you're not a big Howl fan, putting Minto in is kind of a requirement almost. Though there are other magic options, but they're not available yet, and they're not outright good as soon as you get it. It takes some finagling to make it, viable. Kiddo's just way better than Julia, unfortunately. This battle will go by rather quick. Mainly because of the nature of it. Yeah. Not a problem. In a sense, it's just more things for me to kill. Put him out there. That should start luring some of these guys towards us, or at least you would think it would. And Minto's almost tapped out completely, so that's one of the elements too, is that was kind of why I still like having Howl around. I know in some pro tips might say, hey, get rid of Howl for Minto. Which, yeah, in certain elements that works, but if you still need magic output damage-wise, you'll have Howl there. And Howl will have more magic attacks available to him. They're not as strong, but they're not as targeted, or not as good, rather, but you'll still be doing a lot of damage. So it's one of the reasons why he's kind of still relevant. Because yeah, if you take him out, you'll have Minto, but she, even using her weakest AoE magic attack that does the most amount of damage optimally, which is Bolt 1, you're going to burn through you're going to burn through her MP very, very quickly. Right now, all she can do is maybe freeze level 1, and that's roughly it. That's roughly all she's got left. Get that poison removed from meat in a moment. Right, we're gonna pull Kiddo back. We do have some nasty wasty spunks coming our way. Fear the nasty wasty. Ian to pull back there. Yeah, 29 XP for a harpy. Not much. These others will be giving us some good stuff. And that's kind of what I was hoping for, just to make this shaman waste their MP. And there's the shield ring. Do I really need to pull Ghetto back? Yeah, let's pull him back. I was tempted to leave him up there, but probably in our best interest not to. Actually. He gets to 5 XP instead of 1. That other characters would get for using that item. Age is also 15. Ooh, yay, more hoppies. Nice hit. Shoot. Alright. Let's take out that dark sniper so we can move on to other things. 19 damage. Some good damage. And like I said earlier, we're kind of low on NP for her. May as well give her some XP though. Based on the location of this harpy, we need to make sure we can kill it. Nice. Nice to see when Ian gets a double attack. Kiddo hits 15. Get rid of him. And kind of starting to spread our characters out again to be prepared for the incoming rage. It's going to be that witch. The shaman are no better either because they're going to start using blast. But 6 damage I can handle. Fire 3, not so much. Okay. Now it's time to steamroller, but we don't. She can't really do anything more. So maybe cast slow, and I don't even think she can do that. No. So Minto's out. We're gonna take this witch out ASAP. And once the witch is out, this battle's gonna be a little bit more manageable. You get good points for killing the witch. The harpies not so much, but the witch, not bad. Beat us up a shaman. Yeah, much more resilient too. Some of these enemies are becoming. Nice crit. I can't reach. Darn. And he can't reach either. Gosh darn it. Again though, I don't want him healing, so we're gonna take him out. We'll just start moving all of our characters kind of around the corner there. And maybe we can get through this. That skeleton hits pretty hard, so... And it takes a bit to damage it, too. Knuckles hits 15. You know what? Mead does pretty good damage. Nice. One XP. Ruben's just having a hard time getting up there, isn't he? And that removes our skeleton problem. Not as much good XP as you would expect. Let's make some room and get people up there. For what it's worth, we're almost through this whole fight, so... The heaviest hitting casters out of the way. We've only got the healer and really the skeleton to worry about. Everything else is it's relatively mild as far as what we should and should not have to worry about. Knuckles definitely using his putting those heals out there like a champ. Okay, I don't want to send Sylvia over there yet. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I probably should have. There's really that golem would be dead already if I would have sent him out. Ooh, 1 XP, ew. I would think that being hit by a staff from a shaman would poison you. You know, we want the healer out, so... It'll hit 16. Yeah, Ding dong darn. Why I thought there might have been another chest, but I'm not gonna worry about it. This battle's almost over. $27 XP, so yeah, and the XP is just not that good. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho. You are really good. Who are you? I didn't just appear from nowhere. I'm Morton, and I've been training here. It was most impressive to see your perfect defeat of the Devil Army. That young man called Max is a very skillful warrior, but you are also good. Max? You know Master Max. Please tell me more. Max is my master. Is that so? You're Max's companion? We made the rough crossing from Promethea to Grans together. That's how we know each other. So Max is here now. Please let us see him. Unfortunately, he's not here to see. I alone remain here to continue my training and to find a waterfall which is rumored to have supernatural powers. So then, Mr. Morton, you don't know where Max is? Unfortunately, that's the case. I only know the way Max went. So where was that? I'll remember in a minute. Don't be impatient. Well, I've decided I should probably go with you, even though I can't remember. It has been quite some time. And we should get going. So Morton the Master Monk has joined the Force. So for those of you wondering where exactly we are in Shining Force 2, we're actually where that group of Master Monks trained and where you pick up Sheila. So there's maybe the theory is Morton is the first Master Monk to set up camp here. We must help to get justice for our brave friend. After all, what have I been doing all this training for? So his theory could be Master Morton's the first Master Monk of the monks that train in this area. Max has probably been taken to the Devil's Stronghold at Ground Seal's ancient tower. So I assume that's where we'll be going too. Okay, so really quick, just as a frame of reference here, Morton is a Master Monk, which is equivalent to what Knuckles is working towards. Carries him a nice set of brass knuckles. And as you can see here, he's got Heal, Quick, Blast, and Muddle. So Heal and Quick and Blast are great. Whereas Knuckles has Heal, Detox, Sleep, and Dispel, which are debatable as to what is better. Morton's attack is 44, but he's got a better weapon, whereas Knuckles' attack is 38. So you have a very big question to ask yourself. Do you take Morton with you, or do you take Knuckles? I believe at the end of the day, Knuckles is level 15. His defense is on par with Morton's. His attack is, if you use the weapon to negate the difference, his weapon, their attack's probably very close to being the same. But look at that HP growth on Knuckles. Is still a little better. So at this point, I think I'm going to keep Knuckles in. Though normally I usually always curtail to spell loadout, Knuckles still has some good growth on him. So it makes sense, I think, in the grand scheme of things, to kind of wait it out and just see what happens. And there's no reason to take anyone out of the party to put Morton in at the moment. We currently still have a healer who can do good work. So there's no, I would say that there's no pressing reason to hurry, in a sense, hurry along and throw Morton in. Because though Morton is good, I just don't think we need Quick. We don't, you know, Quick is nice. It's a very nice spell. We don't really need Quick, and we don't need the other spell that he's got that much either. So, just to double check. And Blast is negligible, especially for a Master Monk who you kind of rely on their ability to punch things. So, yeah, I'm not too big on a monk with Blast because you want them to punch, and to punch things and kind of figure some of that out, right? It just seems, to me, it just seems counterintuitive. All right, so let's go ahead and at least move on because we got another outdoor battle of goody to deal with. The stronghold of Gollum lies ahead of us. It was originally built to defend against monster attacks. We'll need to go through it. You say that's what it was for originally, but what has become of it now? It's now occupied by the Devil Army. Some say that only Eku remains there. I think they are here for a purpose. I heard this from the people of Raft Village. Raft Village? Yes, the village is right ahead of us. We'll go there first before we go to the Fortress of Gollum. They're here. It's those pathetic mortals who dare to defy the Devil Army. Although we are Master Iku's scouting party, we alone are enough to take them down. Look over there. It's the Devil Army. Looks like they found us. Okay, so got another battle to go here. Strangely enough, there's something a little lackluster going on here. But don't worry, it'll all come to pass. But yeah, it's another nasty, lengthy outdoor battle, as they have been for us in the past. Getting characters to 15 at this point, if they're not 15 already, is going to be paramount, I would say. With other characters who are promoted, it's going to be hard to gauge, but definitely with Minto, we want to get her to at least level 5. Meaning we want to soften enemies up and let her use her weakest freeze spell in order to kind of finish the fight. But there's a little bit of a weird surprise in this fight, if my memory serves me right, that you kind of have to be ready for. And as far as that goes too, I don't believe there's a town there. I want to say, yeah, okay, so there's a running ring. Then we want to make sure whoever kills that dude is the last thing that they kill, you know, that they have inventory space available. Just enough to lure that harpy to us. Really? Poisoned so soon? I don't have to deal with it later. It opens up inventory space. And then Minto is up and cannot reach anything unless I use powerful magic, and I'm not going to do that with her. Like I said, in the last battle, we burnt through her MP so quickly, she really only had like 3 attacks, and we need her to do more than that, so. And you can see at level 5, XP isn't that great anyway, so. for the promoted characters. So hence why I'm making such a big a stink about how we progress our characters here. So a lot of our performance is gonna and leveling is gonna be based on a good balancing of levels and dealing with enemies accordingly. Oop. Okay, we don't want that. He can't reach anything over here either. Let's just put Ian right about there. It's tricky because Ian could fall behind if we're not too careful with these next couple fights. Alright. Some of the best ways to level up in this game is when you just hit an enemy and level versus killing it. That means we can pass XP around a little more effectively. Unless there's a healing that goes on, which then will just piss me off. That one's almost dead. Keep that shaman from being able to reach as best as we can, being able to reach the harpy. Probably could have used level 2, but I don't think it would have done that much more damage, so could have been a waste. Might have been a waste, more so than a benefit. And there we go. Not that I'm going to change what I'm going to do, but I'd rather deal with Blaze level 2 than Blaze level 3. It's nice it's going to keep Rubrin kind of in place. That should kill it. Okay. Nobody's gonna level off the golem at this point. Not gonna worry about using the spear. It's such a weak weapon now that we've come so far. There's no point. We're actually gonna get to a point where we gotta pick between our knights. Strangely enough, let me rephrase. We'll have to pick between our knights, but there's a battle before we get the character we're gonna sub one of our knights in for. So we will make a choice prior to that fight. And we'll make that choice one battle before we go to that fight. Which is, I think, the fight before this chapter ends, I want to say. And since that's the case, we're going to make sure that we're geared appropriate. We're going to make sure we fairly check out both characters. And we might even do it before grinding, because that way it's one less character I have to grind, per se. Because, yeah, the big grinding session's coming up. But I guess if I want to be, if I want to optimize it the most, I probably should just level them both and then make a decision. So, yeah, I guess I'll level them both. It's not a big deal. But just keep in mind that we're quickly approaching. I want to say after the next fight is the grind fight. So Yeah. Things happening. Okay, we gotta be very careful of the evil mist, because if it gets a turn, it could kill some of our characters here. Specifically, Ruberin and Minto. Mainly because they just took that Blaze 3 from the Witch that we still gotta take out, so we could try to stifle the AI for it to make it go after Ian. Doesn't mean that it's going to, though. As this was made, I believe, after Shining Force 2, the AI is probably improved. So, and I don't like casters, so we're not gonna let any. I don't care if I don't want to wait and let someone try to get a kill on a caster when we could just take it out, since they are significantly the biggest threat on the battlefield. Mead levels to 16 with a really shitty level. That's gonna look good for Sylvia coming up. Let's pull Sylvia back. The Ruberin needs the heal more, because he does, for lack of a better term. I'm not going to use a level 2 to reach her. Not for that. As much as I would want to, it's not worth it. Yeah, 15 XP for the skeleton. No, let's put Ian here. And see, that's what I was worried about. And they've got a lot of MP to be flinging that around, so he'll probably do that over a regular attack. He's almost dead, so... Probably need to stock up on healing seeds too. Coming up. Still good XP from that. Easy as pie. Sylvia up there. Paige up there. You're doing very well. Since that's the case, tentacles, come out! Tentacle arm appeared. Tentacle leg. We're gonna get a couple of these. Looks like he was hiding these from us all along. Not a problem. My thing is, it makes this watery terrain now very hard to traverse. I think they can actually walk on it, yeah. So you gotta worry about that too. And they hit like trucks. I totally didn't think about that. Well, the arms do anyway. So the arms are definitely a huge threat to our weaker, squishier characters. As you can just see it end howl pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna pretty much gang up on that arm as much as we can. We got lots of health too. And even with a crit, we only did 10 damage. And don't want to leave it there. So between Ruberin and Kiddo, we should be able to kill it. There's also some legs we got to worry about. Though they're not as bad. They do, they do throw poison around though. And yeah, but 4 damage is nominal. Very, very tanky. We're not going to leave that arm out. Good XP though. For someone who's level 16. Yes. Ruberin does some pretty darn good damage. Just use freeze level 1. And does 10 damage, it's still pretty good. Okay, here comes the other arms. The other arm is getting in position. We'll let it get in position too. I don't want to get closer to that thing than I have to. Get closer to the arm than I have to. Sonnet hold off that. Because Ian will be able to take him out. Giving him some good XP. And Knuckles will remove the poison, because we don't want our hero poisoned. Any other character can be poisoned and it's not that big of a deal, but Ian being poisoned is bad. That's right, y'all. We're gonna finish this episode. This battle's gonna finish the episode for sure. We're most of the way through. There's no reason to drag, have to carry it into the next episode if I don't really have to. Right? There's the tentacle arm. I don't think Minto is going to be able to reach that, even if I wanted her to. Well, she could with level 3 freeze, but then that'd be the last spell she casts. Roughly. We'll see. She can't reach even if I wanted her to. Good. We'll keep Ian away from the arm. Our healing is kind of minimal now. Ooh, 13 damage. Oof, they're hitting harder. Probably should have gone after the arms still, but whatever. No. That's bad because I know the arm's gonna try to get her, finish her off here. But we don't have a choice at this point. We gotta finish off what we can. And who left? That thing just went. Let's kill the arm. I don't trust our melee to finish it off, so that should be fine. That's okay. It's one of our stronger hitters, but that I can live with that. I mean, at some point you just have to be like, yeah, we're gonna lose some guys due to these tentacles and arms, so because they hit so hard and we don't. Well, our defense is not holding up against them. You know, I think I got the shield ring, but I don't have it equipped on him. And you can also see one of the reasons we only want one centaur out here too is because when you get into bad terrain, it's just holding everything up. It makes it hard for them to maneuver. And you really can only afford to have one character with that really awful maneuverability. Okay, so the tentacle problem has been resolved. Ruberon's kind of picking these guys off for what it's worth. One healing seed. And as long as that shaman's wasting his MP, I could care less. We don't have characters in a mass up there to, in a massive amount up there to deal with it, so. Kiddo at 17. Yeah. The Flyers do a good job getting XP, that's for sure. No, we don't use Knuckles that much. 1 XP though for the Golem. That's why I don't care who kills that. Unless I can get Minto to do it, but that's nominal. Or Sylvia even could have been a good option. Let's just use the cheap casts for right now. She's probably gonna get gibbed anyway because I moved her really close to the enemy, but I'm okay with that. Okay, let's block her from damage then. And he has a chance to kill this thing with a crit, but he didn't crit. And then Cynthia, you know what? I just want to be safe. In case the the other bad guys get a little gun towards our main character happy. Or the bow rider gets a lucky shot, and, you know, somehow he's able to reach, you know. Still, and then it allows Ian to get more involved, a little bit more involved in the fight. Kiddo will go down after this. That's okay, he killed something. What a way to do. What a way to go. Even with the better spear, I don't still think Sylvia would be faring as well. There's no way Minto is going to kill the shaman, even with Three's level 3. Well, with Three's level 3 probably, but we don't have the MP to do it, so it doesn't make sense to try. And there's the protect staff. Nice. Probably put that on Cynthia. And that's to be expected. We're almost through this fight either way, so it's not going to matter much soon anywho. Nice, Knuckles. If we can box him in, he's becomes no longer a threat. Of course, she can't reach. I think I just put her in position to get hit again, so we're ending this fight quick, fast, and in a hurry. We get a running ring for our trouble as well. Woo! So we get 2 little goodies. Remember this, although you defeated us, you won't defeat Master Aku in his fortress. No, he says that, but Ian, having heard those words, it seems that Iku's fortress may be a considerable thing to deal with today. Before we go on to fight, we should go and drop by the village of Roft. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Let's raise all that have fallen. Yeah, that's probably the most casualties we've had in a fight. Mainly because we're getting to a point in the game where I kind of just want to get through stuff more than I want to actually deal with being hyper strategic. Because, like I said, we're getting to a point in the game where characters are going to be swapped in and out, and at some point it's in our best interest to ensure that characters get the right gear on them. We get them leveled because we're now reaching level 16, or we should be reaching level 16 to be our average. Doesn't mean that it is. And so there are elements to that we want to consider. As far as the shop goes, let's take a look here. Steel swords, now we can buy broadswords. Now that's going to be for promoted characters. And finally, power spears, so we can get a power spear going around. Brass knuckles, power sticks. The assault shell and the shuriken, as neat as those are, those are promotion weapons. So there are weapons here like the Robin arrow, the power stick, the battle axe in case you needed it, the power spear, and the steel swords. We need to buy this gear for all of our current characters that we have in our party. This higher tier stuff is gonna be unequipable by our current party members. So because that's a thing, it makes sense to, like I said earlier, start thinking about promotion. Because that's where we're getting to in the game. And now Sylvia will be a little more balanced. And we no longer need the spear, the regular spear. Brass knuckles. We'll see if Knuckles can equip it. Yeah, see, that's a promotion weapon, so that's not gonna work. power stick is low enough in cash. I don't think it is. Oh, no, it is as well. We know the Robin arrow, oops, is not, but we can't afford it, so here. And the assault shell's not an option either. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's go ahead and sell Steel Lance. I think we also have 2 Brave Apples on us as well. No, we have 1 for sure. Longsword's out. Let's have a damn spear. Gotta see who I can put the Protect Staff on. The Running Ring we're gonna probably put on Eric. I think we're good. Or as good as one can be. Yeah. All old stuff. And like I said, I'm going to pass some of the... Let's see here. We got a Protect Staff. But it's a promotion-only weapon. So it's either, which would be for Cynthia, so we'll just put it there for now. Really, she should be the one that has it. The Running Ring, we're going to give to Eric, I think. Because I believe that'll give him more movement. Yeah. Making him a little better, more versatile flying unit at 42. Though Kiddo, whew, he would be at movement 8, maybe. But yeah, I want him to be more on par with Kiddo. So that puts him a little closer. Okay. Let me save. And I just want to get through the dialogue here, and you'll see why.
It seems that my scouting party met an untimely end. My order to avoid the battle and lure the enemy out must have been ignored. Since they defeated Magus, it's clear they are tough. They really are the shining force, no kidding.
That's right, Iko. I suggest that you pay extra attention and be well prepared before you face them.
Lynx!
Wasn't sure who that was. Indeed. How are your battle preparations progressing?
What are you doing here? Magus died before your very eyes and you didn't try to help him. If I was in the same situation, I wouldn't. You wouldn't help me either. I will not allow this to happen. If those guys enter my fortress, they won't ever leave it.
Hiku, are you saying that I allowed Magus to die? I suppose no matter what I say, it won't change your prejudice. I shouldn't have wasted my time worrying about you, Hiku. Anyways, good luck. You must win.
Is he gone? It looks like they've arrived.
We are here to fell this fortress, isn't that right, men?
Everyone, they are here. Now take them down. I can already see our victory.
Okay, so, with that said, lots of enemies to kill and fight and all that hubbubaloo. A new magic unit is introduced here, as well as some, I believe they fire-breathing units possible. They got freeze level 2, so they're really just replacements for Magus. As far as XP goes, strangely enough, the witches are going to stop giving good XP. The skeletons, strangely enough, have almost never given good XP. So that's kind of weird in and of itself. There's a really good item here, if I'm not mistaken. And there's some enemy drops. For what it's worth, this is a really good fight to kind of grind a bit. Because we are at the point where we are being denied good weapons because we just can't promote. And actually, I should have gotten the broadsword for, darn, I should have bought gear for, Eric. Oh well, I'll do that in between our grinding. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/studios for more live gaming action. As said, when we come back, we'll either have the characters promoted because I'm just burnt out, and they'll promote at least level 15. I know the only one who's not there currently is Sylvia, but she just got a better weapon. So that's the goal, is to get everybody promoted and good to go. We'll get inventories resorted because I do think I have a couple of old weapons being carried by their characters. I think, but I'm not gonna worry about that. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Grinding sessions. Ho!